back to this already, the final segment of The Price of Business for this Thursday. Glad to be with you, talking to you about you and your business. Energy is huge in Texas, particularly huge, it seems, these days up there north of Houston in that town called the Woodlands, with this enormous growth of this energy businesses. And almost as a celebration of that, they've got this Energy Network Expo that actually starts today, April 3rd, out there in the Woodlands. And we've got a spokesman for the organization, Tony Motto. Welcome to the program, sir.
Yes, good day. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about the expo.
Well, it's kind of like what you said. Everybody calls Houston the oil and gas capital of the world. And then, of course, I-10 has been called the Energy Corridor. But I'm here to tell you that where the energy people live, work, and play is up here in the Woodlands.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great area. So tell me how many people you are expecting for this event.
We'll have about 300 people. This year is our first year to have what we're calling a power lunch session in the middle of the exhibition. Of course, we have booths with oil and gas properties, prospects, service companies, as well as a few banks. But in the middle, we're hosting a luncheon where Charles Goodson, the CEO from Petroquest, and David Porter, the Texas Railroad Commissioner, will both be on hand to give us a short synopsis of how they feel the energy industry is moving.
Yeah, very cool. And is there a specific focus you're going to have?
Not necessarily. The biggest thing is that, there's a lot of shows up here in the Woodlands that feature specific groups. We're, though, just geared to be a general networking option. So everybody that is in the energy industry is more than welcome to attend and just hang out with people of the same industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's awesome. And so it has a big networking emphasis.
Right, and it's also a fundraiser. All the proceeds from the event go towards local nonprofit charities. We focus on three specific. One is the visual arts, another is education, and then the last is anything that deals with community service. So we've picked out three nonprofit agencies here in the Woodlands to benefit from this event.
Very, very cool. I like that. That's great. I love it when it has that kind of emphasis. Talk a little bit about the speakers that you have for the luncheon.
Well, we'll start out with Amy Milstead, who's the president of Milstead Auto Group. She's also the chairman of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, and she'll head it off. And then Gil Staley, who is the CEO of the Economic Development Partnership for the Woodlands, will come up and speak about the Energy Outlook Conference that we had here recently, where we featured quite a few energy companies such as Swift and ExxonMobil. They were on hand to tell us where they were moving. So Gil will give us a wrap-up of that. And then, of course, David Porter will give us a good wrap-up of how the Texas Railroad Commission is helping to really motivate the energy industry. And then we'll end with Charles Goodson's views on where and basically why Petroquest came to the Woodlands and what their focus is going to be for the next years.
Yeah, that's great. What is the cost for people who, listening early this morning at 7 a.m., plenty of time left to get over there, obviously. What's the cost for going?
It's a one-day event to get into the expos, to view all the vendors, and also to have a seat at the power lunch. It's $125.
Okay, very good. And how long have you been planning this?
We had our first one last year at this time, and last year was just primarily an exhibition of about 30 booths. It was a good event. We were happy with the people that came through. And this year, though, we decided to bump it up a notch and include the power lunch session. So we're hoping to keep this ongoing as an annual event.
Yeah, very cool. Talking about a great energy event taking place starting today out there in the Woodlands, the Energy Network Expo. That's EnergyNetworkExpo.com. That's a great name, by the way. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to give a shout-out to our sponsors. Of course, PetroQuest Energy is our presenting sponsor. Milstead Automotive is also a strong supporter, as is Mini Cooper of the Woodlands. They will feature quite a few of their new Mini Coopers in the event. And then we also have Elevated Technologies has stepped up to sponsor, along with Cooper. And, of course, our most proudest one is to have NewTek on board, which is a service company that provides digitizing of logs. So I'd like to thank each one of them.
Okay, sounds good. I think it's going to be great. What do you got as a go for next year?
Not sure yet. We haven't really started planning that out. We're, again, going to plan it in the springtime, so we're going to start moving ahead and hoping we have a good speaker lined up for that event, too.
Sounds like you've got something great going there, and I'm sure you're expecting it to grow every year. What is the how many did you have for last year?
We had about 300 go through the door, and this year we're planning at about 300 or 400.
Very good. Well, I think it's going to be great, and I'm glad we got a chance to share with it with our audience. And I think people, regardless of what you do professionally, ought to consider going to an event like this just to get an idea of how big of a footprint energy has in our great city and this great area. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You bet. I do want to mention one more time, Tony Mottle's website, EnergyNetworkExpo.com. I'm Kevin Price. Do want to wish you a great rest of your day. Hope you spend it sensibly right here listening to this station.